I would just like to put a trigger warning. There is abuse in these two chapters, so if you're not comfortable with that, I wouldn't watch to the end of the video. Thank you. I'm here for you. Chapter 3. Your name's Theobi. After school, I was walking with Peter to his house. I also made sure to wear a big sweatshirt so my scratch wouldn't be seen. I always walk home so he wouldn't know that I'm an orphan. We were just talking about random things, and occasionally he would bring up the Spider-Man. I didn't mention what happened last night because I didn't want to worry him. Who am I kidding? He wouldn't worry about me. I'm just the girl that follows him around the boy thinking that he's a friend, when in reality he's only hangs out with me of pity. I thought to myself, I don't want him to think that I'm weak and pathetic. Peter's POV. I was walking with your name. I realised she would try to change the subject whenever I brought up Spider-Man. I'm positive it was her that I helped last night. Usually people brag and can't stop talking of how Spider-Man saved them. Some people will go as far as making it up to be popular. Your name seems as if she doesn't even want to hear his name. But I got to see where she lived. She never lets me drop her off. Dang, I can't even show up there because she was wondering how I knew where she lived. So I have to be clueless. I haven't even asked Aunt May. I've even asked Aunt May before. She won't answer me either. I look over at your name as we were walking to my house. She's so beautiful, funny, cute, and I just love her personality. I mean, I like Gwen, but she never really showed anything to me, and most of the time it was just invisible to her. I like your name now. I don't understand why people pick on her. I do have a crush on her, but I don't think she has a crush on me. We got so caught up in talking that we almost walked past my house. Hey, your name, we accidentally walked by my house, I said, chuckling, while I grabbed her wrist to stop her from walking any further. I see her flinch and wince from my touch. I furrow my eyebrows. Your name, what's wrong? I ask her, while I place my hand on her wrist again. She winces again. I roll her sleeve to see a deep scar from the middle of her arm to her wrist. My jaw drops. Your name, what happened? Did someone do this to you? She asks. She shakes her head no. No one, Peter. I just accidentally scratched myself with some glass, she responded. Really? You know that if you hurt you can tell me, I'm here for you. Your name's POV. Really? You know if someone hurt you. You can tell me. I'm here for you, he told me. Wow, he's really good at acting, I thought to myself. I know my head and remove my arm from his grasp. Bye, Peter. See you tomorrow. He gives me a sad nod and goes into his house. I sigh and walk to the orphanage. While I open the front door, I'm pulled aside and thrown against the wall. I heard the door slam shut. I look up at Miss Daniels. Clean this place like you've never cleaned before. My boyfriend's coming over, she hissed. I nod my head and stand. And I walk past the other orphans and hear them laughing at me. They're all adored by Miss Daniels, while I'm just abused and picked on by everyone else in the orphanage. When Miss Daniels is out, I have to take care of the toddlers. Some of them like me, and some don't. Time skip. Go make yourself useless somewhere else, Miss Daniel hisses and shoves me out the door before her boyfriend arrives. I head to bed with beads of sweat dripping down my face from the chores. I sigh. I take out my phone and call Aunt May. I listen to it ring. Hello? I hear Aunt May talking to the phone. Hey, Aunt May, it's me, your name. Is Peter home? I ask. No, sweetie. He's at the library. Good. Can I come over? Sure, sweetie. Thanks, I replied before ending the call. I walk to Peter's house and knock on the front door. Aunt May answers and gives me a smile before letting me in. What happened at the orphanage? She asked me. I didn't answer. I just rolled up my sleeve, showing her my long scar. She gasps and asks me what happened. I explained to her from leaving her house to Spider-Man dropping me off at the orphanage. He didn't really drop me off there, but she doesn't know I can create portals, so I kinda a lie and left that part out. Oh, sweetie, I'm sorry. She told me, no, don't be. It wasn't your fault. When are you going to tell Peter? She asked me. I looked down and shrugged my shoulders. We hear the front door open and we look over at Peter entering the house. I quickly rolled down my sleeve. Hey, your name, what are you doing here? Peter asked me with a questioning look. I blushed and quickly packed my stuff up. Oh, don't worry, I was just leaving, I told him, and quickly left. Chapter 4. My Reason. Peter's POV. After I was done being Spider-Man for the night, I quickly went into an alley and changed into my normal clothes and cleaned off my face. I walked back to the house and locked the door. When I walk into the kitchen, I see your name and Aunt May sitting at the kitchen table. Hey, your name, what are you doing here? I ask her. She gets up and starts packing her things. Oh, don't worry, I was just leaving. Before I could say anything, she left the house with the door closing behind her. I turned to Aunt May. What was that about? I ask her, and she just shrugs her shoulders and starts to prepare dinner. Are you always going to shrug your shoulders, or are you ever going to tell me? She sighs and looks up at me. I'm sorry, Pete, but you'll find out in time. Now, can you help me prepare dinner? I sigh and stand up from my seat and help her. As we were cooking, May broke the silence. She's a very sweet girl, Peter. I give her a confused look. What? She chuckles. Your name is very sweet and really appreciates your friendliness. She will open up. She tells me I nod. I can tell you like her. Keep treating her like this and even a little better and she might open up quicker. She could really use a guy like you as a boyfriend. I freeze and blush. A frown forms on my cheeks. May chuckles and pets my bag before passing me into the dining room to set the table. When she walks back she starts to talk again. Thank you, Peter. Thank you for being there for her and being her friend. Your name's Theobi. I returned to the orphanage and went to bed. I plan on coming over to Peter's and telling him that I'm an orphan. May says that he thinks it's time and that he wouldn't do anything mean. She also said that if he did, she would hit him and embarrass him. I chuckled as I thought of her running in the halls in a nightgown with curlers in her hair and bunny slippers, singing paparazzi. I can really see her doing that. Anyway, I call Peter to ask him if I can come over. I listen to my phone ring. Hello? Peter says when he picks up the phone. Hey, Peter, are you doing anything right now? No, except sitting in my room talking to you. Why? He questioned me. Oh, well, can I come over? Sure, yeah, is there something wrong? No, nothing's wrong. Okay, good. Yeah, you can come over. Okay, thanks. I stuck my phone into my pocket and start my trek to his house. When I reached his house, I took a deep breath and knocked on the door. He opened it with a worried expression on his face. Don't worry, it's nothing bad, I reassure him. Well, at least not to you, I mumbled to myself, thinking that he didn't hear me, but he did. What? You heard that? You heard that? I say, of course I heard it. Now, what's wrong? I take a deep breath. Can I come in first? I asked him. Sure, he says, and steps aside to let me in. I walk in and take a seat on his couch. He takes a seat next to me. He's fairly close, but not too close. I take a deep breath and speak. Well, the reason why that I don't let you take me home is because... Hey, are you thirsty? Because I'm quite thirsty. I try changing the subject. He gives me a stern look. Don't try changing the subject, he told me sternly. I sigh and try again. I don't let you take me home because I'm an orphan. I see a shot plastered in his face. Oh, he looks down at his hands. I start feeling that I was a mistake. I go on and pick up my bag and stand up. I really regret this, I mumble and start walking towards the door when a hand grabs my wrist. I look at Peter and he has sadness plastered on his face. He starts pulling me back to the couch and I take a seat next to him. I look down at my feet. I'm so sorry, your name, he said. I look up at him with surprise. It's okay, Pete. It's not your fault, I told him with reassurance. So that means you live in an orphanage. Is that why you don't want me to drop you off there? Yes, I nod. That's only part of it. I don't want him to see the other orphans or Miss Daniels because he will be picked on. Then I will be picked on more. Miss Daniels won't let him come see me and make my life even worse. He hugs me and says, "Don't worry, I'm here for you, and I won't allow anyone else to know." I tense under his hug because I'm not used to it, but I soon relax and hug him back. As we pull back, I smile. Thanks. Thank you, and Aunt May already knows. I told him. Oh, so you tell my aunt before you tell your own best friend. He pouts. I chuckle. My phone goes off, and I stand up I stand up and put my pointer finger, signaling I will only just take a second. He nods his head. I answer the phone. Before I can even say anything, I hear Miss Daniels yelling at me. Where are you? My boyfriend was just here and you are nowhere to be found to clean this stupid place. Get home now and clean everything. And you're grounded and you're not getting back. When I get back, she yells at me. Before I can respond, she ends the call. I walk back over to Peter and pick up my bag. Sorry, Peter, I have to go. I start to walk out and he hugs me. I hesitate until I hug him back, and when I go to leave, I feel really good now that Peter accepts me and knows that I'm an orphan. I walk to the orphanage with a spring in my step. When I reach the front door, I soon realize how much abuse I'm going to get tonight. My shoulders slump and prepare myself for the beating. When I open the door, I'm hit with pain in my shoulder. I look up to see Miss Daniels, who had whacked me in the shoulder with a belt. She grabbed me by the same shoulder and shoves me into a room. She pushes me against the wall and takes the empty wine bottle and throws it at me. It hits the wall right above my head. The glass shards hit and scratch me. I just lay on the ground. She jumps up to me and slaps me multiple times and kicks me in the stomach a couple of times. The last kick had so much force that I'm pretty sure she almost broke a rib. She walks out and slams the door. I think she was done by her boyfriend. I just lay there for the rest of the night. I have school in the morning. Okay, that's the end of the story. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, I hopefully will get another story posted today. I'm gonna just try and find a random one. If you have requests, that'll be in the other video. You can put them down there, or you can comment them in this video if you want. So yeah, if you're enjoying this, please leave a like so I know if you want me to continue or not. And yeah, so as always, I love you and stay safe, no spikes. Bye!